Welcome to Satsang. Today is for deepening. Today is for simply arising and being as you are. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to Satsang to deepen in your self-realization and to anchor in the naked truth of your being. Allow yourself to create your sacred space where you are, to simply allow deep immersion where you are. Just allowing yourself to drop into being without distortion. Releasing all that you are thinking about and feeling in order to abide in your Holy of Holies, to abide in your inmost being. So I just invite you to sit gently, to sit within your being, to close your eyes, to sit where you are, to release every concept of you, to release all concepts of who you are becoming, to release all concepts about who you should be. To release all concepts of crystallized ideas or forming ideas about who you are to become. This moment is only for resting totally and completely in your now. You may have your eyes open, slightly open or closed, depending on what you desire in this now moment. Listen to your intuition. Drop ideas of what is right or wrong. Remove thoughts if they arise about where you are on your path. Dissolve the idea that there is another space that you need to be in. Allow your thoughts to dissolve. Allow the waves to dissolve. Simply by abiding with the source within your being. Notice how coming and goings of the mind dissolve the less attention you feed them your energy. Notice how the power of your presence grows stronger when you are not identified with the comings and goings of your mind. Don't fall asleep within your being. Simply be awake and present. Continue to deepen within your being. Allow tension from your body to sink downward and out of your body. Allow yourself to fully meet your own self within the space you are in. Without veils, without distortion, without identity. Identity is simply a resistance to who you really are. It is nothing more than a formed relationship. Simply release and abide as awareness. The more you honor this space, the more this space honors you and becomes your living truth. It is actually easier for you to abide as awareness than for you to continue to identify with lesser versions of small selves. You are simply repairing your relationship with your own source. Release guilt or shame when identity arises. Simply notice it and abide as you are. Everything you are doing is occurring at the most subtle plane of your being. The more subtle you become internally, the swifter your shifts are in your consciousness. As you deepen, your field changes. Your field becomes harmonious. Your field is not fighting with reality. When a fight with reality emerges, it is simply revealing an identity. When the identity is released, the harmony is what remains. your inner being will become silent. The more you honor your inner silence, and your purity of being. Allow your being to rise, to be light, to expand. It is safe to feel your joy and your peace. An ego-driven life is driven by fear. Fear is an indicator of an ego identity appearing. Notice how the being is naturally joyful when you allow it the space to abide in your essence. Is there a you and another you appearing within yourself? Are there two of you present? Or is there one? Release the identity of your job, of a title you carry about yourself. These are binding limitations that do not express the fullness of your being. Abide as you are. Without titles. Without career accomplishments. Without labels. Your infinite presence is always here. It is always right where you are. Any conversation that takes you away from this space is simply showing you where you do not feel unified within your being. Notice how you can't separate yourself from this space. Gently open your eyes if your eyes are closed. When you incarnated into the body that you chose all the specifics that create the precision of your being. Nothing within your being is out of order. Nothing in your path is out of alignment with all you came here to understand and to realize. When you release fear within the being, you open your being to love. You open your being to truth that manifests as your embodiment. of your own awakeness of being. As your being wakes up, your being is releasing fear of abiding in its own nakedness, in its own truth of being. The more the solar frequency of God's light is manifesting within you, the more the darkness flees, runs, scatters, the more the cobwebs are cleared. Identities and self-concepts become fearful of this nakedness, this nakedness without agenda. Because identity is accustomed to grasping onto life instead of allowing the current to flow freely like a river. The more you wake up within your being, the more those energies of darkness, of ego, cannot abide within your holy temple. They simply do not want to. They cannot manifest within your vessel. When you honor your stillness, through your sadhana, through your practices, through your rituals, you create an ambiance and an energy that is a force field you move with, that awakens your being in the light of awareness. And as you move throughout your day, your ambiance and your energy and your day-to-day become an unfolding sacred ritual. In their entirety. So what occurs is what was once a small, contained ritual becomes vast and encompasses all that you are and all that you do. So there is not a separation between moments of ritual and your life as sacred ritual. This naturally and organically will unfold through your direct experience. Allow yourself to show up fully. And allow those moments of ritual and devotion to then waterfall into the entirety of your existence. This is a natural unfolding through your very own presence of being, illuminating the spaces that you are in. Satsang is for the anchoring. As pure awareness, for all the many of you to become the one in you. When you are alchemizing and dissolving the energies within your being, you are bringing yourself into unity. You are alchemizing or dissolving what is not the totality of you. In every moment, this opportunity is here. When satsang becomes the way you move in the world and in life, and is not a hidden secret, then what will occur is that satsang will move through your experience to demolish identity at a much higher speed, at a high velocity, and this will occur by your own devotion and readiness to release identity, to move beyond identity and into your immaculate self. This desire comes from your inmost being when it arises within a soul. This desire is a pure desire that is guiding you home. Whether that desire is an excitement, whether that desire is a pain, whether that desire is from the depth of your being, or a curiosity. You must follow that string, taking it seriously and sincerely, and you must follow it all the way home to your being. Nothing on your path will be more important for you than discovering who you truly are. Nothing will be more important to you. On any other path that is lesser, if you have taken those roads before, you will know that they do not lead to what you desire. You will know by your own direct experience when you begin unveiling your majesty of being. There is no greater experience and not an experience confined to a time and place or event, but in the nowness of unfolding experiencing. Allowing the infinite rose to bloom within your being. The unfolding majesty of the infinitely blooming rose of your being. Nothing will be more satisfying to a soul than this unfolding, than this opening, than this blooming. Dissatisfaction comes and unfulfillment come from this unveiling not occurring within a soul. But many beings do not know why they feel dissatisfied. They simply do not know. They have not yet found a teacher, found someone to guide them. But as you that are here open your being to your immaculate nature, you continue to open the light of truth within you. All of the energy which has been dense falls from your being, dissolves from your being. Allow this dissolving to occur. And be vigilant to not allow yourself to play the constant game of healing. This is one of the biggest traps of beings on the path. Instead of entering the garden of the infinite unfolding rose, those beings choose to stay in grief, in identity, and pain. Why? Because they don't see from pure awareness. They don't spend time in their timeless awareness. And so they continue to pray to the gods of grief, of fear, of pain, of suffering. but just beyond the veil of grief, just beyond the veil of pain, the awareness resides just beyond. Simply there. But those beings become entangled in the pain. So, if these pains, sufferings, griefs are arising for you, through the maturity on your path, through the sincerity and devotion of your being, you will continue to abide as awareness. And those lesser energies will dissipate from your field. If you continue to perpetuate stories about your healing, perpetuate stories about your grief, perpetuate stories about what went wrong for you, then you will continue to eat and drink that soup of identification with past selves that were grieving, that were hurt, that were in pain. But just beyond is the pure awareness, not stained by any of that. And this is what the process of satsang is. Pure seeing. Pure seeing. May your being abide in the highest sincerity of truth that is unstained by pain, by doubt, by fear, by limitation. May your pure being sing in pure resonance with the divine. May your being dance in pure resonance with the divine. May your energy rise and expand and be illuminated by the pure joy of the divine. And may healing be such a distant story for you that you will not remember what the healing even felt like. May full illumination be your every step. Nu, abrahadabra if, Om Ha.